Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be working on prompt number 3 for Junk Journal July, which is fold. I actually really kind of struggled with the idea for today's prompt, but then I saw this image on Pinterest, and it's a picture of an envelope that's like in the middle, and then she created this other like envelope fold thing around it, and so all of those things then fold out and they have stuff on them, and then you have the little pocket with the envelope. And I was like, I really kind of like that idea, so I'm going to be using one of these two envelopes and kind of creating my own version of that, I think, that I will then decorate. I'm not really 100% sure what else I'm going to be using aside from these two envelopes, or even where it's going in here. But I'm excited. So, day 3, Junk Journal July, created by MegJournals. As always, her information is linked below. Julie Bean, what are you doing for?
I also really struggled with this idea because fold is a very vague prompt, but I have this little tri-fold that I made out of an envelope, which I thought would be really interesting to use, as well as some other envelopes. And that's really all I know for now, because fold is a really hard thing to interpret in a way that it kind of is a vague word in general. And then using it as a prompt is even more vague because you don't know where to go from that, because everything's on a fold. It's in a book.
Well, and you can even think of like, you know, folding clothes, or the
Sewing on a fold.
Yeah, or fold it in, David. It's probably one of my favorite scenes from that TV show, and Dad and I quote it all the time. Just fold it in.
Oh, next step is to fold in the cheese.
What does that mean? What does fold in the cheese mean?
You fold it in.
I understand that, but how do you fold it? Do you fold it in half like a piece of paper and drop it in the pot, or what do you do?
David, I cannot show you everything.
Okay, well, can you show me one thing?
Here's what you do. You just fold it in.
Okay, I don't know how to fold broken cheese like that.
And I don't know how to be any clearer. You take that thing that's in your hand, and you...
If you say fold in one more time.
It says fold it in!
I also apologize if you can hear the dogs barking. They are outside, and my son is also sitting in the same room with us playing a game. So if
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, if there's
today.
background noise, I apologize, guys. But if you've been around my channel long enough, you've seen Vlogmas, and you know that we have a fairly small little house, and a lot of life all just happens in one room.
And a puppy.
So, yeah, and a puppy. So... But Jilly, I think, already knows where she's putting her spread. I'm not 100% sure where I'm putting mine. I also realized that in yesterday's video, I didn't show you guys. I did end up putting the button from my granddaddy's jacket on here. So this isn't ultimately what my tassel is going to look like. I'm just attaching my charms to the strings every day.
So she can make it at the end.
Yeah, and then I did add stuff to the cover of the 30-day notebook, and I did journal in that. But yeah, so you're gonna do yours there, you think?
I really love these two pages together. I love this orange rose pattern. It reminds me of a vintage wallpaper, or those cute little table runners that you can find at thrift stores. So.
I kind of like this. This could be kind of nice. But I also don't have anything in my second signature yet. So let's go and see what we have over there, because this one's starting to get a little full already. There's only 2 prompts in it.
Mine is in my second signature as well. It's right at the beginning.
This one could also be kind of fun smaller though, which I guess smaller wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. It doesn't need to be
Huge.
big. This one wouldn't work though. I would have to use the little one. That could maybe work.
Well, that one's cute. You could put it.
Mm-hmm.
How would it out?
I'll just use the little one. I could put it here though, because that got all wonky when it got glued down, so it would cover that pretty well. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this one. Okay, and I think I'm gonna go with this envelope because this one is slightly too big. All right.
I think I'm going to use these. I also have another white envelope, but I really do like the blue one.
I love how each time we've done a prompt, they are different, but they do have similarities in how we're interpreting them, which is fun because it's really interesting to see how we take the same prompt and have similar ideas, but then how our pages turn out very different from each other.
I think it's because we think similarly in the way that we interpret things, but then we also have different styles just to begin with. Mom's always liked the 50s and the 40s. They've always been your style, all of the patterns, the clothing style.
Yeah, I would honestly have to say that if I had to pick a time frame in history, anytime really from the 1930s to late 1950s is my favorite, but the 1940s as a whole is my favorite era. I mean, the styles, the music.
My favorite is the 1890s. I love the fashion. I love all of the foods that were invented and all of the things like bicycle skirts and the sweaters and lace dresses. And it's just this whole thing that I enjoy.
So, okay. I have to try to figure out what paper I'm going to use for my fold piece. So I think I'm going to use these 3 pages somehow within my fold with my envelope. And then I really like this little card and it brings in those flowers. Yeah.
I'm pulling a bunch of things right now.
Maybe this one too. I don't know. This is much more, I don't know, Happy Days 1950s, 1960s, but that's okay. But I really like that one. So I will for sure be using that.
Reminds me of Beauty and the Beast.
Maybe one of these. Oh, that? I was like, how does this remind you of Beauty and the Beast? Okay.
Special.
So this needs to be the same size width-wise.
Yes, in fact it does.
Actually, it needs to be slightly bigger so that it can fold. No, this one is the exact same size. The other one is the one that has to fold.
This one folds.
Have to bring out the big cutter. Move my coffee so I don't knock it all over the place.
You want to move the candle?
Woo!
Maybe.
She doesn't trust me, guys. She thinks I'm gonna set things on fire. Okay, so that one is that. Alrighty. So, and then I think we'll do sideways for the other one.
The pupper is awake.
Hi. What are you barking at, Mitter?
Nothing. You got scared awake when you put the thingy down.
He could be barking at the birds too, though.
Hi.
Yep, he's barking at the birds.
I wonder if his feetsies will make a surprise appearance today. He likes to help craft. Tuber paws!
Puppy toe beans!
Puppy!
Are gonna help?
Put your head down. There you go.
Hello. We're gonna help us
New
craft.
pupper.
See, I tried to help us craft a few minutes ago, and instead I just ate through a piece of paper that Sissy was gonna use. So, all right. Okay, so in theory,
This should work.
I would hope so. Perfect. Sweet. This fold. So we have this here, and that flips up, over, and then this one will go down, which means this one needs to be a little bit shorter. It can be bigger, and the top one will be shorter. That seems like it makes more sense mathematically in my brain. Although if you ask my children, nobody wants to trust me when it comes to geometry, so.
Well, this family is not mathematically inclined.
That's not true. Your sister and brother are perfectly mathematically inclined.
Noah's dyslexic. It doesn't count. He's like superhuman.
This is superhuman powers. Math.
Doesn't count.
It's because dyslexia makes you awesome. So I think I have the base for this all worked out. So now I just have to ink everything. So my only issue with this is that I have a great plan for the actual prompt word, fold. You know, I'm making a folded thing.
Yep.
I have no idea what's gonna go in said folded thing.
Not a clue. I am going with the flow here.
Yeah. That is the only.
There is no plan.
That has been kind of my only struggle with this, is that usually when I junk journal or scrapbook or something, I'm scrapbooking either pictures or something that we went and did, and that hasn't been the case so far with this particular junk journal. So I just don't really know exactly what I'm putting in it. I'll most likely put my journaling in it, but yeah, I don't know what else is going to be
Involved.
in these. I feel like the inside should have something, not just white. So I don't really know. Although I am excited because later this afternoon I get to see my cousin. Same cousin I was talking about in yesterday's video, who used to go through all of my grandmother's beads with me. She is in town for a work meeting, and so I haven't seen her in such a long time, and so we are getting together this evening. So I will most likely journal about that, and I would assume take pictures as well. So I could probably put a picture of her and I in here at some point.
I believe my folded thing is getting close to being done. I have this big folded pocket here. And then the top folds open, and this here, which is super cute. And I have the same thing on the bottom that I made with the houndstooth paper that I didn't use yesterday, as well as this envelope, which is tri-folded.
Cool. You're gonna have all kinds of foldy things.
I need to tape the tri-fold down so it's multiple pockets and not just one.
Okay, inked on there. So you will have to let us know in the comments below how you would interpret these prompts. I've been watching other channels. Of course, the official participating channels that Meg invited to do this, but there are several other craft channels that are doing their own videos as well. And it's really fun to see all of the different ways that people have been interpreting the prompts. So I would love to know what today's prompt of fold would make you think of, because it is definitely, yeah, it was one of the ones. I mean, I knew right away that I was, going to create a folded thing. Like, that part was easy. But as far as like what I'm going to do with the prompt afterwards, I'm really not 100% sure. I don't really even know exactly how I'm going to decorate everything. So
tomorrow's prompt is a similar thought process, because the prompt is just a kind of vague prompt. A lot of them are, which makes them a little difficult sometimes to come up with ideas for, which is why I've been just kind of following my theme the whole time, making sure at least something here matches up.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like, I feel like having them vague can sometimes be difficult, but at the same time, it really does force you to like think outside of the box.
But it also makes it good for multiple people because not everyone thinks the same.
Exactly. So it is really fun to see all of the different interpretations.
I think last year's videos were really cool.
Well, and she does it in January as well. She does Junk Journal July, and then Junk Journal January, and each time she has, different prompts and stuff, and it's really fun to see how everybody creates something different. And I definitely recommend that you go watch the official channels. Some of the creators that have been invited are some of my absolute favorite junk journal channels to watch. So I definitely recommend checking them out. Okay. So that's all done. So now I just have to figure out what's going on the inside. Also, totally unrelated, but I wanted to show off my coffee cup today. My best friend and I, every season, get a new matching coffee mug, and this one is our summer one for this year, and it has this beautiful pink moth on it. I just love it.
I can't tilt mine because there's coffee in it, but it's just little floral. Has butterfly on it. When I have less coffee in it, I can.
My aunt got that for me for Christmas a couple years ago. Okay. think I'm going for a more is more. Kind of like, I'm very inspired. Yeah, so I'm very inspired by her channel is Thrifty Day, and she always does very like 70s, 60s kind of vibes, but it's very much the more is more, and she just, I love her style. I just, yeah, I always think it's really fun, all of the different things that she adds, because when you look at the stuff that she pulls out, you're like, there's no way that's going to go together. And then it does, and it's so cute. Okay, so now that I have my pocket assembled, I pulled out a bunch of little things that I might try and embellish it with before I stick it in there. I don't really know exactly what I'm thinking, but I found this cute piece of paper that I thought I could cut down and kind of make into a journaling card. I have this little miniature file folder thing that I might stick one of these cute little Polaroid frame things on to stick into a different pocket. I think I'm going to leave the envelope and put a picture of my cousin and I in there. Jilly reminded me that yesterday when we were looking through pictures, I found a photo of her and I and another cousin of ours, well, actually 2 other cousins of ours from when we were really little, that I might put in there, and then a current picture of us. I think that'd be fun. I found these little label looking things, these flowers, and there is a red one and some blue ones. So I might do that. There's also some pink ones, which would tie in the pink. I have these 2 little label things that I thought would be kind of cute on the envelope. And then I also have these flowers, this butterfly, this cute little thing that I thought I could use as another little journaling card. I'm also going to go through that flow book I have and see if I can find one of the little beautiful moment tags to write on. So I'm going to try to decide what I'm doing here. I think Jillian's creating another fold out piece for hers.
I'm making a tripod right now.
Yeah. So I'm going to do that probably off camera. And then once I've decided what I'm going to use, we'll be back. So for you, it'll be in just a moment. I have refreshed my coffee because that was necessary. And I got myself a little gluten-free crispy wafer snack, and I have picked out my ephemera pieces. So I saw this and it says together is the best place to be, and I think that's really cute, so I'm gonna use that. I found the picture of my cousins and I, and so I and one of my cousins, Sharon, is holding dolls. And so I have this cute little thing that says such a doll, and then you're a keeper. And I'm going to keep both of these either on the envelope or in the envelope with the picture of us when we were little, and then get a new picture of us. I found some little flowers that kind of matched the colors of each of the page. I'm going to use both of these little, I don't know, ephemera pieces to make it a little closure. I found this beautiful moment tag in the flow book, so I'm going to use that to journal on. I have this to journal on, which you guys saw me put together earlier. I'm going to use this kind of pinky red gingham on this heavier paper one. Yeah, like a file folder material, and create just another little, I don't know, something. I'm not sure what I'm doing with that. And then I have the little pink piece you guys saw, and I do have these flowers. I kind of like the idea of having something tall come up this side, but I also don't really know that they match the theme of everything else that's going on. So I'm not 100%
They're more
sure.
my style.
Yeah.
They're more.
So I'm not 100% sure about that yet. I think Jilly's got most of her ephemera stuff picked out, so she's going to start assembling things.
I have more of these beautiful laminated watercolor flowers. And then I have bugs, because I'm going to cut out one of the dragonflies and one of the butterflies there. And I have another fold out I'm finishing. I just have to glue it together, and then I can put everything in.
And I will probably just pop in some music while we work because my son is currently outside mowing the grass. So probably just put some music on. We on this side of the camera are listening to Disney tunes because that's generally what we do. Okay, I think I have successfully assembled my pocket. So I think I'm going to put it in my book now and then figure out what else needs to happen with it first. So we finished prompt 3 of Fold. So I didn't really do a whole lot on this page. I just put some tags, and I did end up using this flower just because I kept coming back to it and I really liked it. I don't know that it necessarily fits perfectly, but I like it. So, and I just wrote the prompt here. And then when this is all open, it just has all these cute little pockets. I haven't done any of my journaling yet just because I'm gonna wait until after I spend some time with my cousin this evening to do that. But for the most part, I think you guys saw all this. Just have these cute little pockets with all these different journaling cards, the picture of my cousin and I, another little thing. This says, "Such a doll, together is the best place to be. Sweet, you're a keeper." So I really like the way it turned out. I feel like it's a lot of fun colors and patterns. Yeah, I just really like it. And then I ended up little gingham ribbon onto a paper clip and just kind of left it there. And I didn't do anything with that because I figured for the most part that'll probably just stay open. So that's mine.
If you guys have not yet noticed a theme with mine, vintage, yet again. It's my favorite. I decided to make 2 fold-outs. This one over here is the simplest of the 2. I just thought it was cute, and it was just for some decoration. I love insects. I love butterflies and moths and dragonflies and mushrooms. And I just thought it was really cute to use this paper. And I have the big one that is the most important. And I made it look like a vintage letter again with all of these little flower cutouts, which opens up, which has more flowers inside here, right there. Opens up into this big fold that has my journaling card and my book list for this month and just some cute little ephemera down in here.
Cute. I really like it. I like all the little pockets. They're so cute.
I have to fold it up the right way.
Oh, I love that. And I love that you put little holes to tie everything so that it all stays together. I think that's so cute.
Makes it less bulky.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it doesn't bend anything.
Yeah. And more ruffly lace.
I plan on having lace on almost every page because I think it's cute when you have books that can barely close.
Mm-hmm.
And they have all of the frilly edges. So,
yeah. Thank you so much for joining us for day 3. And we will see you guys tomorrow for day 4 of Junk Journal July. Bye.
bye.